Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Z-Dub here, and this is my top 10 nostalgic games. It's a little special edition of my channel going on here. I don't know if it's going to be a series of my top 10 favorite stuff, whatever, but, if you don't know what nostalgic is, then Google it, whatever, and the games on my top 10 vary from Nintendo 64 to Xbox, and I have some handheld games in there that I liked. I would like to add more. I'll probably add more into the description. So let's get started with my top 10. Yeah. And Pokemon's not including because, I already like Pokemon and it'd be useless. I mean, it'd be a waste of time putting it on there. So, yeah. Goodbye. Starting us off at number 10 is Doom 64. Doom 64 was kind of the first game that actually scared me. You gotta remind that, I was probably like 8 or 7 when I first started playing 64 games. Whenever my cousin Matt moved down and we took his Nintendo 64 off his hands. And, it's the first scary game I ever played. I could not really ever play it because it was too demonic for my Christian family. And, of course, it's fine with me. But, no, it was a really good game. You shoot from your stomach, not your arms. Kind of weird. If you get that reference, it's pretty cool. But yes, I don't really didn't really know what to do in the game because of course I was young, so I just kept on running around being scared to death. And there's already a save file on there. He's pretty far in the game, so I just kept on chainsawing people. It was pretty amazing. So that comes at number 10. Woo! Coming in at number 9 is Fire Emblem. Only thing I really remember about this game is that it was turn-based and you can only go to a certain amount of things with like squares. It's kind of like a mesh or like a grid, and like the blue ones you're able to go through and all that stuff. And I just remember it's kind of like chess in a way. In my version, no, it's kind of more like checkers, not chess. But and the only sort I remember it in it was the rapier, RAIPER. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but it's an amazing game. What else is there? It's got a really good storyline. It reminds me of another game. I can't think of the name of it. Oh, it does remind me of Pokemon, except for you don't catch like the enemies, you just fight them. I think it's actually more interesting and more like campaign wise. I don't really. It has a really good story to it. It's not just I want to catch all the Pokemon. It's not that, but once again, it is a very good game, and I have to give credit to my friend Bradley at school because we all recently started bringing our Game Boys to school, and he reminded me of this game. I was like, oh my god! And this gave me nostalgia in my head whenever I used to play it at Old Charlie's all the time. Like we would be waiting for our food, and I would just be like gaming around that. It was amazing. Good times, good times. So next one, number 8. Come on. Taking the number 8 spot is Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't judge me for doing this, but I actually like Yu-Gi-Oh! More than I like Pokemon. Only because it's more of a trading card game, and I like trading cards because I grew up with a family that likes poker, I guess. I don't know, it's more of a card thing. Trap cards and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I actually got into Yu-Gi-Oh! More than I got into Pokemon. I just now started playing Pokemon again. Before I found my Game Boy, the only Pokemon I ever played was like Yellow. I sound like I said Yellow, but the only one I ever used to play was Yellow. But once again, Yu-Gi-Oh! Best game for the Game Boy Advance. I swear on my life, I loved it. I don't know too much about it anymore because once again, I haven't played any of these games in so many years. Except for maybe one of them, but that's not important. Was Dark Magician one of my all-time favorites? I always thought it was a guy. I'm not sure if it is or not. I think it's a girl. I think they announced that it was, but that's what I'm leaving out for, and that's the end of number 8. Yeah, I'm doing this very awkwardly while I'm punching the air. At number 7, Perfect Dark 64 It would have been higher if they didn't F it up in the new Xbox 360 one that you can buy for $1 at GameStop, which is incredibly stupid. But once again, this is like one of the first games on the Nintendo 64 that I played. It's the first one, I believe, unless it's 007, that I did multiplayer with. Like, I played with one of my friends, like, on the same console. Not well, I guess you guys understand that because this is Nintendo 64. I mean, stupid again because I'm rambling. It's a good campaign. The weapons in it are like futuristic and all that stuff. It's a good sci-fi game, all around. What else is there about it? You're a girl, I guess. You work with your dad and all this stuff. I would suggest looking at it, maybe the 64 version, not the Xbox One, because the Xbox One probably ruined your opinion on it. But yes, moving on. Number 6 on my nostalgic games is Spider-Man for the GameCube. For me, this was kind of like my first sandbox game, where you can like do a little free roaming. It's a pretty good parkouring game if you would want to add that into there. There's not much parkour because he has superpowers, but here I am rambling again. It's a good game. I used to play like some type of demo for it on the PlayStation, and then I figured out I had it for the GameCube. So I was like, oh yeah, it's time to get dirty. That's weird. So yeah, I used to play that game, beat that game before. No, I beat that more than once. Spider-Man, one of my favorite superheroes. I'm not gonna list all. Oh, there's another top 10 right there. My favorite superheroes. Look for it. But yes. Spider-Man. If you don't have it for GameCube, play it. Have your nostalgic level go all the way up to 10. On the 10 to 10 scale in the chest. My mouth is very dry. On nostalgic scale. There we go. I got that out of my mouth. Congratulations. Moving on. Now in our top 5, we have all the 007 games. I am a James Bond fan all the way. All of the James Bond movies are my favorites, and including the games. I have a list. I mean, not a list. I can see them in my little cubby over there. I see 2 of them right now. I can't read the text out, but I used to play those. Objob is the biggest dick in the world. I hate him so much. Even though he's so small, he has the biggest dick. I'm not funny, but yeah. 007, that's just another first multiplayer game I played with my friends. We used to. No, that was with my cousin. My cousin Dustin. I remember that. Me and him used to play 007 together. We would slap each other. Whoever gets Objob first. That was a very painful game to play. I can't remember which one that was. Was it GoldenEye that Objob's in? I don't know. You guys can correct me in comments if you want to. But yeah, moving on. Number 4. At number 4, who could forget Paper Mario on the GameCube? I remember this wasn't really my game. It was CJ's, my brother, and I could never play it because he's a dick chappy. Yeah, so I had to wait at like 2 o'clock in the morning when I was like 7 years old, and it's like time to hop on there. It's like, oh yeah, be playing some Paper Mario, It was pretty awesome. I think the only reason I ever picked it up was because, there's that awesomeness of being a piece of paper, and all this origami like cutscenes wherever like you turned into an airplane, stuff that was always truly amazingly awesome. I'm not gonna lie. What else there is about Paper Mario? Isn't it turn-based? I can't remember. Cause it's one of those turn-based where like you hit him, then he hits you, yada yada yada. I can't remember, but yeah. Moving on. At number 3, we have Star Wars Episode 1 Racer on the Nintendo 64. This was another multiplayer game I only played. I used to dominate everybody. We would have competitions. Like, we'd have 6 people over at my house with 4 controllers, and we'd be taking races, and I'd always be at the first one, taking everybody's buttons. Like, yeah, you don't want none. I was the best. CJ! CJ, how good it was at that race car, that racing game for the Star Wars on Nintendo 64. He said I was good. You probably couldn't hear me because the wall's really thick. Yeah, I'm just lying through my teeth. He said he doesn't know. He doesn't have good nostalgia like I do. He's a loser. Loser. Alright, well, yeah. Let's go to the number 2. Coming in at number 2, close first, but fell short at my favorite. But at number 2, Spy Hunter. If you've never heard of this game, then you are a loser. I am sorry. Best game ever made. I remember when we actually first got our Xbox. I screamed like a little girl when I saw my dad pull it up use. I think it was like the first Xbox like ever released in Tennessee, whatever, and like we were the first ones to get it or something. Because my dad stood in line for like hours, and he came home, and the first games we had were Shrek and Spy Hunter. And Spy Hunter was seriously the best racing game ever. It had all these gadgets, all these things your car could change into. It's like a boat, just a regular Lamborghini looking car, then changed into a motorcycle, and like, oh, it's just so beautiful. You had smoke screen. Oh, there's so many good things. Like drive up into a truck so you can like change out all your stuff. I cannot express how much I love this game, how much I miss it. I have no idea where it went, and if I ever find my Xbox cords and find that game, I would never leave my house again. So, yeah. Let's wait till you have to hear about number 1. Oh yeah, number 1, Mad Dash Racing. Best game ever fucking made. This is seriously how I spent half my life until my next door neighbor stole it from me, and he would not admit that he stole it. But I mean, so whatever. But once again, this is the best damn game ever. I remember being the little space guy and like running around, like jumping over the obstacles, spreading out my wings and flying. The nostalgia in this is like having ramen noodles. Oh my god, I can't even express how much I love this game. And if I had this game right now, I seriously, whoever would give it to me, I would seriously suck your dick. Not even lying. Or if you're a girl, voluntarily, I would. Yeah. But, Jesus Christ. This is seriously, if you have never played this game, I feel sorry for you, son. I got 99 problems, but this game ain't one. Yeah, how do you like them apples? Seriously, try this game if you have not played it. I would cry to God if you say this never was the best game ever. I think it's just because how awesome and like how many different variations of parkour and all this other stuff you could do, and like run up walls, do 360s and all this stuff. Oh, good. I love it. No, that's what I'm gonna leave it off for. If you guys didn't like my top 10, then you know what? Give your own top 10 in the comment section, or you can leave a video response to it of your own. It's cool. If you like mine, if you say which one's your favorite of mine, whatever, comment, whatever. Thank you for staying if you did stay. Comment, rate, and subscribe. Baby.